Hey, John.
You have a new tool in the box in Milan. What have you?
A new tool in the box. I was thinking, where are we here somewhere? No, in the box. I hope it's not just in the box.
Yeah, right, exactly. What have you seen from him so far, and in what ways tactically do you think he can contribute?
Yeah, listen, I think it creates more layers of depth to an already strong striking squad that we have. I think he's really good in transition, connecting final plays, and I think he's also good at finishing on final plays, and he's shown that in his 14 games in San Diego. So getting him up to speed, the staff's been working, behind the scenes to show him stylistically how we're trying to go about our business, and he does a lot of the things naturally. He's excited about, the last couple of days and how training has been, and he's excited what's to come.
To continue almost unintentionally in the box pun. You have a lot of, in Ty and Bruno in particular, you have two strikers who finish a lot in chances in the box. You have other players who can take the shots from longer distance. Where does he fit into all of that?
Good. I mean, a lot of his finishes are, coming off sort of transitional moments as well, but also, breaking down, moments where he's on a dribble or, he's creating some space for himself. And also, he has a good range in his shooting. And I think we've seen that. But again, we have a few plans for him. We have a few ideas for him. He's very versatile. He can play on the 10 and the 9.5, the floating 9 a little bit. We're excited, like I said.
Normally when MLS teams make summer signings, there's an adjustment period. Obviously, one doesn't have that this season with San Diego, and I think he played one game back in
Nordsjælland.
So from a coach's perspective, how exciting to see him essentially be match fit right away?
It's great. I mean, the integration process is never easy, despite where you come from, just because the country's so big. So there's a couple of logistics to be involved. But he's done well. I mean, he's slowly but surely going to get family and some visitors pretty soon just to help him acclimate a little bit. But for now, we have a jam-packed program. So for him, it's like, baptism of fire. And that's not just the games. It's been training as well. It's just showing how we go about things with the intensity and the collective identity, how we do our business. And he's been a little surprised about it, and he's excited about being part of this group.
Would he be available for selection on Saturday?
Yeah.
And is he available for the Open Cup? San Diego.
He was not cup tied, I believe. Okay. So we might have to look at that, but I don't think he's cup tied.
Okay. He has an ability to impact games in really short bursts that even really good strikers sometimes can't always do off the bench. What is it that you see from him in terms of that ability that makes him so special in that way?
Yeah, well, he's a good player, right? I mean, technically and in transition, and usually when you come into games late on, the game's a little bit more open, the gaps are appearing more and more and more, so there's space between the lines, and he makes very good runs in the box. Some of it's being created by others, some of it he's able to create himself, and he can pick out a really good assist pass, right? So I think there's been a whole sort of catalog of what he can do, and now we just have to get him up to the sharpness and the fitness that we want to get him at a level at, and then put him into contention with everybody else.
So if you guys are playing a 4-2-2-2, he can play. Do you envision him being able to play as one of those number 10s behind two forwards?
Any of the four.
Okay.
Any of the four. Yep. Any of the four.
You said after the Colorado game there was a block of games that you had just completed.
Yeah.
Naturally, because it was a break. Is August another block? Is the block longer than that? Is it the rest of the regular season? How do you size up what this next block is?
You're getting into all the details, we're tracking not just a month or whatever. We have 4 games in the block, and that's league games, and then there's a cup game. It's a 5-game window, and we try and get maximum points and get progressed through the next round of the cup. So, this is for us, it's just to drive performance, to drive we use a lot of the data in a way to drive our style of play. So these are just little KPIs or little things to spark a bit of conversation, just to show the guys, are we being true to who we are we holding ourselves accountable, and so far we've been, really on target, I would say, with the players of their opinion of themselves, what they should be getting, and we're on track for where we need to be.
Outside of Jan, how's everybody health-wise?
Great. Yeah,
Okay.
So, again, at this point of the season with 9 to go, with, some midweek games in there as well, I think it's a perfect timing for everyone to get back. It's really unfortunate about Jan. But yeah, we keep the group going. He's great around the group. He brings us energy every single day and support as well, and we support him. But just to see the way the group is on the field at the moment, it's special. Regardless of how the season pans out and turns out, it's really special.
What have you seen from Kevin mentally as much as anything since he got back? I'm sure he's got a spring in his step, but it's
he does,
and he's a transition to go over there, and it's not going to come back.
And he's pretty tough to stop in training at the moment. So he's put himself, if he was a salesman, he's given me the business card, and he's presented his product, and the last couple of days have been excellent. So he's made our lives a misery out there on the training pitch, which is in a good way.
All right, we'll take 2 on Zoom. We'll go Jillian and wrap with Neil.
Hey, Bradley.
Hi.
With Insigne and Bernadeschi gone, is there anything different in the way that Robin Fraser's been approaching games tactically that you've seen in scouting?
Yeah, thank you for the question. It's an excellent one. We knew playing against Toronto, whenever we did whatever match day that was, that structurally they were getting better. And over the last game since we faced them at the end of May, one data point, they've given up the third least shots, which is, credit to them, just being totally bought in as a group, and they defend the box really well. So, they plug up spaces, they, drop players in the back line, they overload, defending areas, and so it's not going to be easy to break them down. But at the same time, I think we've shown against a really good Frankfurt team and against other good teams in the league that also defend really, in a compact, deep way, that we can break down teams and we can create from a lot of different instances within our game model. So whether it's in the possession phase, whether it's in a transition or set pieces. So I think, it's a great challenge. And like I said, they're training in the right way too.
And last question will go to Neil.
Thank you, Bradley. It's Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press in Toronto.
Hi, Neil.
You partially answered my question. It does seem like Toronto under Robin Fraser, despite recent results, seems to be finding its way. You see it as a team more dangerous than its position in the standings suggests?
Yeah, 100%. And not sure if Georgie plays or not, or if that's going to be announced anytime soon, or maybe I missed it while I was on the training field. So I haven't, we're preparing for anything, and we're preparing for their best. And they have a pretty good squad with Corbianu, out on that wing, and is a dangerous dribbler, and they can hurt you in transition. We know that. We found it out in the first game where we got hurt on transition. We're a little bit sloppy in the details, but then we found a way to get back in the game and, really use that quality in the final 20 minutes of the game to turn that one around. But, it's not an easy game by no means.
Thank you. I believe the Mihailovic announcement is imminent.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks everyone.